Hello everybody, and welcome in or welcome back to my channel. So today is going to be a little bit of a chatty get rid of me where I'm going to do this look inspired by none other than the Queen Witch herself, AGATHA Harkness. Now, if you are not or have not watched WandaVision, one, you need to. Two, this does contain like some spoilers, so if you are not caught up or you're not watching it, or just to let you know, like this does contain some spoilers. So yeah, that is what's gonna be inspiring this look today. So I'm gonna be talking a little bit about the show, about what my thoughts are on it and where I think it's gonna go. And yeah, you know, you guys can follow along with me while I try to get this look. Like I said, this is very inspired by our good sis and the show in general, so you guys can watch me do this look. As per usual, everything will be down in the description box. So I guess that's it. Without further ado, let's just go ahead and get started to get all witchy. Okay, so as per usual, I have already done my face and my eyebrows. As you can see, they're like purple, just to kind of go with this whole look. I pulled some things out to use. So I have a few singles here. I'm specifically excited to use this one. It's from Cleona. I just got it. I've also pulled out this Masquerade Mini by Juvia's Place. And I pulled out my Neon Lights Cake Liner palette from Midas. And then I also have this, from Colourpop, the Super Shock and Wild Thoughts. And I also have this Pinky Rose glitter wand. I think it's Aquarius. Yeah, that's why I bought it, because it's Aquarius and I'm an Aquarius. And then this Stila Shimmer and Glow. Yeah, so I have these things out. Like I said, this is going to be a very like Agatha Harkness, Agnes the Neighbor inspired look, so that's why I got the purple going. And yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. I don't really know exactly where I'm going with this. I still haven't decided yet, but I think I'm gonna do like some, you know, purple glittery something or another. I don't know, we'll see. This is kind of going into my New Year's resolution for myself, which is to be a little bit more adventurous. Like I want to kind of like dip my toe into like the theatrical editorial style of makeup, so we shall see how this goes. Let's see. So I think I'm going to start with like priming my eyes, and then we'll work from there. So let me do that and then I'll come back. Okay, so I have gone ahead and primed my eyes with the e.l.f. Putty primer, so we're going to move on from that. Like I said, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, so I think I'm going to start with just like a pink to purple crease and then work my way out from there. So I think I'm going to start with this Sandbar from Colourpop. So WandaVision, alright guys, so if you have not watched WandaVision up until episode 7, which is the one that just came out last Friday, you may not know what I'm talking about, but WandaVision is a show on Disney Plus. It's like in the next phase of the MCU, and it's about, you know, Wanda Maximoff, aka Scarlet Witch, and the Vision. And can I just say, like, Marvel was in their bag when they created this show. WandaVision has captivated me in a way that no other MCU project has been able to captivate me. Like, I'm not a hero person. Like, let me just disclaimer, I'm not like a Marvel stan or comic book person. I haven't read any of the comics. I don't plan to. My experience with the MCU is pretty much solely through like TV, movies, and you know, whatever comes out, and that's it. So I think this project, while I think a deviation from what they normally do, I think it was good because it captured folks like me who only have like a passing interest in, at best, in Marvel. So what WandaVision has been able to do is got me interested in the MCU. So like WandaVision is what got me going back to watch all of the Marvel projects like in order. Like that's what like inspired me to do it, because like I otherwise didn't really care. Like I said, I've seen like a couple of them here and there, but none of them have really piqued my interest the way that WandaVision has. And so I think, you know, bravo to them for that. The acting is great. The storyline is very like interesting and intriguing, at least to me. And then of course with the, you know, the big reveal from this past episode, like just brava. And then the way they did it, like, because here's the thing, if you're on Twitter, pretty much everybody's known that Agnes the neighbor, aka Agatha Harkness, was gonna be Agatha Harkness. Like I said, I didn't, because I didn't read the comics, so I had to go like look it up. But then as I looked it up, like, that starts to make a lot of sense. So even myself, who doesn't really know much, I'm like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's who they're gonna go with. And so, like, the fact that Agatha Harkness is Agnes is, no one's shocked by that. But the way they did it was just like, how can we not stand? They gave her her own theme song within the show. And I'm sorry, Miss Agatha, she really ate them up. Like, she ate the girls up with this theme song. Like, they dropped the bop of the century. Like, they were in their bag when they wrote Agatha All Along. Like, they were in their bag. And, like, again, how could we not stand? Like, Miss Thing, she's been the one just manipulating, percolating, hollerating in the dancery. And how are we not supposed to stand that? Like, I don't think there's a way for us to not. So next I'm going in with this color from the Juvia's Place palette, Zobo, to kind of get into the pink to purple that I'm going with. Anyways, so her theme song was like, I don't know if Marvel's ever going to be able to top that, if I'm being honest. Like, her theme song was just so right and so, like, on brand. Like, I've watched this so many times. That theme song has been stuck in my head for the past 48 hours, and I'm not kidding. Like, I just find myself like, it was Agatha, oh. Like, I don't know what else they want us to do. Like, how can we not stand? And so that's what inspired me to do this look, because I thought just, like, the way it was done was just so well that I had to do a look inspired by it. So that's what I'm doing. And I don't really know how they're gonna, like, go with this, because I don't know, like, you guys share your thoughts, because, like, while we know that, like, Agnes is Agatha, we know that, right? I still don't think she's the big bad of this series, you know? Like, I still don't think she's gonna be the main villain, because, like, yes, it's true that she's within the universe and has been manipulating things, but I don't think it's necessarily, like, her doing it on her own accord, because what real incentive does she have? We don't know that. Like, we don't know what incentive she has to do this. So I'm gonna bet money and say she's not working alone. That's my guess. Now, you know, since the beginning, basically, people have been saying, oh, it's gonna be Mephisto, like, they're gonna add the villain Mephisto in here. People say that's pretty much since the beginning, and like I said, I don't know enough about these villains to really make that kind of jump, but I mean, since everybody's saying it, I'm gonna assume there's some kind of merit to it. But yeah, so whoever it is, yeah, I don't think Agatha is the only big bad. I think she's just like, I think it's almost like a red herring. Like, I feel like she's probably, like, part of it, but she is not the, like, main perpetrator of whatever is going on in Westview. And so I think in the last, like, you know, I think there's 2 episodes left from when I'm filming this. So in the last 2 episodes, that's where we're gonna actually get who is, like, the big bad. Because let's be real, like, Agatha Harkness seems kind of small potatoes for what we know to come of, like, the next phase of the MCU. Because, like, we know that, I think, like, you know, the, like, producers have said so. This feeds directly into the next Doctor Strange movie. So, you know, it's clear they're kind of trying to, like, expand that kind of, like, magical part of the MCU a little bit more. They're trying to expand that, you know, with, I guess, you know, Scarlet Witch as the conduit, and they're also trying to open it up for other things. And so, like, for that reason, I don't think Agatha's gonna be the only introduction. Like I said, I think she's just one of them. She's one of the, perpetrators of the hex that's going on in Westview. But I will say, you know, I think even for someone who doesn't, and this, I think this speaks to, like, the integrity of the show. Now I'm going with another, like, deeper purple just to kind of deepen that up a little bit. But, like, Agatha, like, she was off from the get-go. Like, even if you don't really have, like, a clue about what's going on, like, in the lore of the show, like I didn't, you know, you could tell something's off about her. And they make that very clear, and, like, I think that just speaks to, like, the strength of the actors. Like, you're, even without knowing what's up, you're made very clear that something's off with her. Like, for example, she's the first person that, if you go back to the episode, she's the first person that interacts with them in Westview. She's the first person, and of course, you know, she's presented as just like, oh, she's just the neighbor, that's why she, you know, saw them first. But like, why her? You know, it literally could have been anybody in the town, so why her specifically? And like, also in the other episodes, why does she seem to always pop up whenever like other stuff is going down? Like, she seems to always be around when something's going down with them. And then also, you know, we see like, cause like Wanda's kind of like strayed and like showed her magic, you know, or not being as discreet as she should have been. And who's around every time and doesn't say anything? Agnes, almost like she's expecting it. So again, I think for a lot of those reasons, nobody is shocked by the reveal, but the way they did this reveal is just so like immaculate. Like, I'm pretty sure this is not Pixar's. This is the MCU's magnum opus. Like, I don't know if they're ever going to be able to top this. That's a big feat. That's a big talk, but that's what I feel like. And so yeah, like, I'm really excited to see where this goes. It sucks there's only 2 more episodes of it, because like, I feel like, you know, I feel like this may be one of those shows like that needs to break from like the current mold of TV shows, which is like, you know, 8 to 10 episodes. I feel like this is one of those that needs to break from that a little bit. Like, I feel like if there was a, now let me backpedal a little bit. I think they should keep the sitcom format, because I know there was a lot of talk, people thinking they don't understand it, they don't think it works. I think it works. Like, I think it makes sense for what they're going for. But the like downside is, it's like they have to pack a lot into a little bit of time. You know, they have to pack a lot of information into a little bit of time, and so they have to do work overtime to make sure that everything is like you know, being conveyed properly. But I think that the sitcom format is like, again, a deviation from what you would expect of like a Marvel show, because I think the other ones, what is it, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., there was like Agent Carter, the Runaways, I watched Runaways, and there's a couple other ones too, but they all follow that typical like hour-long drama format. So the sitcom format by itself was like a deviation from the norm. I'm looking for like a darker purple is what I'm looking for, but I don't know if I have one. So, but I think it paid off in like a really monumental way, because it's just like the way the show is structured is so, it's so meta is what I think of it. It's so meta and so like, just, I don't know, like, there's just something about it. Like, it just keeps you coming back for more, you know? And I think the MCU was right for this. They were completely in the right. Okay, so now I'm very excited to get my Cleona on. This is gothic, and it's like a shifty kind of, like, you can kind of see it there, like a red to purple, and I think it goes perfectly with our witchy Agatha Harkness look. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this NYX glitter primer, some NYX glitter primer, and I'm gonna set that on the center, and we're gonna just see what happens when I do that. Oh yeah, that is it. Yes to everything about that. Okay. Anyways, like, I feel like this is what she should have been wearing when she came down with like the bunny and was like,
"The name's Agatha Harkness. Nice to finally meet you."
I feel like she should have came down in this shadow. Like, don't you think? Like, I feel like this is very that, you know? Like, I feel like this really does embody the like purple essence of her magic. I feel like this does that. So yeah, like, I am living. This is doing it for me. Like, this is really doing it for me. So I guess, like, I think I need to ask now, so what are you guys' theories? Like, leave them below. Like, what do you guys think? Like, how do you guys think this is all gonna end? Like I said, I'm not familiar enough with like all of the lore and like to really make that kind of jump, so I can only give my very like mediocre, very understated opinion. But like I said, so I think I said earlier, like, yeah, I don't think Agatha is like the end in, like, the big bad to end it all big bads. Yeah, that's what I wanted, a little bit more pinky. Yeah, I think Agatha's more of a conduit. I don't think Agatha is like the the villain. Like, I mean, like I said, the streets are saying Mephisto, like, the streets are saying Nightmare. I don't know enough about any of these villains to really make that kind of assumption, but, I mean, from what I've seen, like, and what I've read, because, like I said, I didn't read the comics, you can call me a fake fan, whatever, I didn't read the comic books, so everything I know is through the movies, and me, like, piecing things together through, like, looking it up, basically, and, so, from what I've pieced together, Mephisto makes sense. Also, because someone pointed out, when, like, Wanda went into her house looking for the twins, there was a fly there, and they made it a point to, like, you know, put the fly there. And then, I guess in the comics, you can look it up, Mephisto first appears as, guess what, a fly. And, you know, nothing's by coincidence, nothing's by accident in WandaVision. So, they didn't shoot that shot just by accident. So I think that is definitely a clue. Also, you know, what's her face? Like her little dungeon, like Agatha's like whole dungeon thing. Like, it was very like, you know, Hail Satan. It was very that. So just based off of what I've seen, and since Mephisto's supposed to be like a devil character, I think that's what it all points to. But it could also be a red herring. Like, they could be all pointing us in that direction, only to give us like a completely different ending. So, because, you know, WandaVision as a show, their favorite thing to do is to leave us with more questions than answers. Like this episode 7, we finally got some answer, but even that was like, okay, now what? You see, like, it's even more questions now. So, I mean, they do what they can, but yeah, I wouldn't put too much stock into like that being the end of the story. I think I want to use this other one I got from Cleona. This is Opulent, and I think I want to use that on like the inner corner. So Opulent, it's like it's another shifty kind of shade, so like I want to use that on the inner corner. So I'm gonna actually take a little bit more of the glitter glue, and then I'm gonna put that on the inner corner and then see how I like that. Oh yeah, that's it. I'm also taking this this pinky rose one, and I'm gonna put that on like the outer edges. I don't know if it's doing much, but I feel like I'm just looking for like depth, and like, because I feel like that's what Agatha has. She has depth, she has range. So I want some depth and range reflected in this look. Cause let's be real, you know, while us out here watching the show kind of knew something's off with Agnes, like she's managed to keep Wanda and Vision off her trail. So I think that speaks to her depth and her range as an actress. And, you know, if you think about it, but I mean, I guess that could also be because like Wanda and Vision were just so wrapped up in keeping their identities under wrap that they didn't really notice that there's something off with her. So I'm gonna take this Stila Fuchsia Fiction. I think I'm gonna put that on the center of the lid, just cause like I want to. And then can we talk about Pietro? Okay, let's talk about Pietro for a second. I'm shifting gears from one character to another. So, you know, Pietro in the current MCU died in Age of Ultron, right? But, you know, we know that Pietro clearly was like a, you know, a conduit, like a worker for Agnes. He was conjured by Agnes. But I don't think that's the end of it. Because of all people, let's just play devil's advocate, and just say that like, okay, this Pietro has nothing to do with like the current MCU. It was just to mess with Wanda, etc., etc. Let's say that's true. Why pick Evan Peters of all people to play him? You know, because like Evan Peters played, I haven't seen the movie, but I knew that Evan Peters played the character Quicksilver in the X-Men, like the newer X-Men, not the older X-Men, but the newer X-Men. I knew that. So like, I know that, Disney knows that, Marvel knows that. So if it was just supposed to be all a big coincidence, why him? Why him? So, you know, the streets are saying this is kind of probably going to open it up for the X-Men to finally enter the MCU. And I would have to concur, because I don't think that's coincidence. I think they're like kind of going to can that for now, but I don't think it's a coincidence that they got Evan Peters to basically reprise his role as Quicksilver in WandaVision. I'm pretty sure, like, my guess what's going to happen is I think that basically, because we know that like the WandaVision basically defeats directly into Doctor Strange. Okay, that's been confirmed. So I'm pretty sure, since the new Doctor Strange is called Multiverse Madness or Into the Madness, something like that. Basically, in my head, and like you guys let me know if you think I'm right or you think I'm like crazy here. In my head, that's the only way they could really reconcile like the introduction of the X-Men, because as of right now, you know, X-Men has basically operated because, you know, Disney didn't have the rights to X-Men. Who was it, like 20 Fox or whatever. One of them other ones had the rights to X-Men, so Disney cannot integrate X-Men into the current MCU. But now I think, if I'm not mistaken, Disney has purchased 21st Century Fox, so now they do have the right to X-Men. But X-Men has been operating more or less completely outside of the MCU up until this point. And so how else would they, you know, not basically undo all the work of the X-Men that's already happened, but then integrate them into the MCU? Because, like, realistically, if this is all happening in the same universe, like, it seems weird that they wouldn't have at least heard about or contacted each other up until this point. You know, because this point, it's been, like, 12 years? So, like, it seems weird. I mean, even in the MCU time, like, a little bit further, like 15, 16 years. So, like, in that whole time, they've never encountered any of these other people. So the only way to really reconcile that without just completely like writing entirely new X-Men, I think, is to introduce the concept of multiverse, where basically like this has been happening but not in the same universe as them. So, and like I said, I think that's the only way they really can reconcile it. So that's my guess on how that's going to go. And so while yes, this Pietro was a conduit, like a worker for Agatha in WandaVision, I don't think that's the last time we're gonna see Evan Peters in the MCU. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I don't really know. I'm not, you know, I'm a fake fan or whatever. Like, I don't read the comic books. I'm not going to, so we'll see. So I'm gonna go back more with that purple. I'm gonna like take that like all the way on the bottom. I kind of want to like almost make it like I'm like crying. I don't know if that's gonna like look kind of like dumb, but we'll see. Okay, I want to take more of this pink too, but I want the pink to really be like kind of fluffed out. So I'm gonna take it on like a fluffy brush because I want this pink to really be like encapsulating my eyes. Okay, let's just go across the here for good measure. So I kind of want to do, like I said, like my eyes are like crying, like glitter. I just feel like if anyone's gonna do that, it's gonna be Agatha. So I feel like that's kind of what I want to do. But I feel like it's also, okay, I'm gonna get really meta here. So it's also to reflect, you know how like in the scene in like the Halloween episode where Vision goes to the edge of town and sees that basically people who aren't like activated by Wanda, meaning like they're not walking by, they pretty much are like slaves in their own body, that they don't move because she hasn't animated them. And so like the girl was just like sitting there like, you know, putting the decorations on a loop and crying. I feel like I'm gonna reflect that. So this is for all the people of Westview who have not yet been activated, who are just sitting there like little pawns waiting for their cue. So I think I'm gonna like kind of make like maybe like an outline. And so it's kind of also like giving me like, you know, whenever like she kind of like does the little like thing to Wanda and her eyes kind of turn purple. So this is kind of giving you that too. Okay. So yeah, this is just kind of like, I'm gonna follow it. I don't know if I'm actually gonna end up using the outline I just drew, but we'll see. So I think now I also am gonna go into the cake liner palette because I think I'm gonna use that purple, and I'm gonna like, you know, make it rain, make it drop. Okay, so I try. Is it giving? I don't know. This is my first time really attempting anything like this. But like I feel like it's like the idea is there. You know, you can kind of see it. Cause like I took the purple and the blue out of this palette, and then I also like kind of dotted over it with the Colourpop thing. And so I think like you see the idea is there, I think. Like I think the idea is there. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going. Keep going. Anyways, so I'm gonna go and like do the other eye and then like see where that leaves us. Cause so I just like, I really just like kind of just went in like this, like went in and like soaked my brush, coated it either way with the purple. And then like I kind of just vaguely followed the outline that I made. Again, I don't know if like that's actually like working, but like so yeah, this is just me kind of attempting something a little bit, you know, a little bit different, a little different. So we shall see how it goes. I mean, it could be worse. So then I decided to take the blue, and like the blue is kind of functioning as like, okay, so from like my little, so from what I remember of like art class, the blue is kind of almost functioning as like a, was like a highlight kind of, where it's kind of just like breaking up the purple a little bit like against the skin. Okay, so I feel like this side is better than this one. Okay, but I can fix it though. I am the driver of this ship. Okay, I can fix it. So I kind of took like, okay, I need to wait for this to dry, because I took like a little bit of like this and like kind of put it over my eyes and stuff. So yeah, I just need that to dry down a little bit so that it doesn't smear. And then we can get these to look like they came from the same hands. We'll see. I mean, it could be worse, right? Like, I feel like it's doing something. I kind of want to even take a little bit of this like pink, but I'm like kind of scared, honestly. Like, I feel like I might just ruin it if I try. Let's just do it. Let's do it. It's the year of yes. Okay, we're doing it. We're gonna do it. So I'm just gonna try a little bit, because I really just want to bring that pink like back into this look, because I feel like it's getting very purple. I feel like the pink would like set it off in a way that like gives it again more depth. Like, because I'm trying to look like, you know, Wanda was looking when Agatha like got her. Like, I'm trying to look like that. So like I don't know. I'm trying to look like I just got like mollywopped, really. So I feel like that's a lot. Let me like, okay, because I really only want like the teensiest bit of the pink. So let me like go back through the brushes. Okay, let me try this really tiny one, and then, you know, just kind of like see what that does. Okay, so I added some pink, and yeah, I think it's doing what I needed to do. Like, it was looking a little bit like flat, so I just wanted something to kind of like spark it up a little bit. And I mean, it's doing its job. Again, I'm not an artist, so like, this is just me trying something new. So yeah, I think it's giving. So I kind of want like more glitter. So I think I'm gonna take some of this pinky rose again, but where do I want to put it is the question. Because like I said, I already put this Colourpop one, and these are basically the same color. Oh, I got it. So I have a lot of those like Stila glitter and glows. I think I have like a bluish looking one, and I feel like the blue will kind of set it off nicely. Yeah, like into the blue, because it's in the same like color family, I feel like. Into the blue or Mystic, because I don't want it to get too far away from the purple. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do into the blue, and like maybe, I don't know, we're gonna see what happens. So I'm thinking like right here maybe. Yeah, and like here, like almost like that halo like she had. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, this is like, this is exciting. Like, I don't know if you guys like struggle with this, but like I never like, whatever I'm thinking, I have trouble like translating it onto whatever the medium is. So be it like paper or what, I sometimes have trouble doing it. And I'm kind of hoping that like by giving myself the freedom to like mess up, that'll help me to like be better at getting my ideas out. Because I think that's like part of the problem is like I've always been scared to try stuff like this, because like I was afraid of messing it up. But right now I'm like, you know what, if I mess it up, so what. Anyways, yeah, I also added eyeliner. I don't know if you can tell, but yeah, I also put some eyeliner on. Yeah, like this is like what I was like hoping for. Like I'm really into this. Yeah, okay, so I think I'm done with the eyes now. I feel like they've been sufficiently sparked, so I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face. So let me, I gotta grab some stuff and then I'll come back. Okay, so I've got the highlighter, Lavender Seal. So I'm going to use that on like my cheeks and like kind of on my nose too. Like, I don't know, I'm kind of trying to look very like chromium looking almost, like, yeah. I'm debating whether or not I want to do blush because, like, but I feel like I also need something else like to counteract like the eyes. I need something like on my face. So like, yeah, let's just go and do blush. So I'm gonna use the pink in my Juvia's place. I probably should replace this. This is kind of old at this point. And, you know, we're not shying away from blush either. Like, it's going a little lower than I would normally put blush, but again, we are not shying away from blush. So the last thing I'm gonna do actually then is, I think I'm just gonna do lips. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do a lip and add some more glitter, of course, but, okay, so I have a lot of stuff in the way, so I gotta move you so I can go get it, okay? Okay, so I pulled out some lip options and I also like did my mascara because I realized I forgot to do it. So I'm debating between this one by the Lip Bar and then this one by NYX. They're both purples, but this one's more of like a deep purple and this is more like a vibrant purple. Maybe both? I don't know. Okay, so I also have this gloss that I got from Pat McGrath. It's a glittery gloss. I haven't been able to use it yet though, and it's like a purple. I feel like it fits into the like theme of this look, so, you know, mysticism and all that. So I think, okay, so I think what I'm gonna do, I'm going to outline it with this. This goes on the center and then put this on top of it. We're gonna see how that looks. I don't know if it's gonna look good, but we shall see. So I'm gonna wait for the lips to dry and then I'll put the gloss on top. This gloss is, like I said, it's Pat McGrath. I haven't used it yet. It is called Lavendering. So I think Agatha Harkness is lavendering. So yeah, let's do it. Like I said, I'm waiting on this to dry a little bit. And then so I'm gonna go ahead and put this gloss on and then kind of, you know, zhuzh myself up a little bit, and then I'll come back and we will do the outro. And so that's gonna be it for this look. If it seems like it's taking me a long time to do it, it's because it has. I had to stop and do like other things in between. So like, that's why the lights change. That's why it seems darker. It's because it is. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Like, yeah, let me know in the comments, what are your final thoughts and theories about WandaVision? Like, how you think it's all gonna wrap up? How do you think it's gonna tie in? Like I said, I don't think Agnes is the big bad, but we're gonna stand her anyways. You know why? Because that is what greats do. And like, great recognize great, real recognize real. So anyways, you know, like always, you can find my information down in the description box. If you want to follow me on Instagram, you can at Deja Vu. You can follow on Twitter, it's Deja Vu 2, and you can also follow my podcast, Grossly Overqualified, found everywhere the podcasts are found. Yeah, I guess I have nothing else to say but a resounding witch-like cackle that will commence in 3, 2, 1. Yeah! All right, see y'all.